will be disclosed shortly, and that will be done by the commanding officer of the Joint Medical Unit, Colonel Dr. Stephen Sivale. Sir, you are welcome.
They're small.
Your Excellency, the First Lady, Mrs. Fatima Mariakio, the Chief Minister, Professor Francis, the Minister of Defense, Brigadier Retired Kelly Conte, the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Sule ICC, the Vice Chancellor, Professor and Brigadier Dr. Fudisa, Chairman, Parliamentary Oversight Committee,
Yes, ma'am.
senior officers, serving and retired, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Fourth Estate, good morning. This is a significant day, and today can be summarized in one single word: development. Over the past 5 years, Her Excellency, the First Lady, has been a partner and a friend to the 34 Military Hospital. Year in, year out, she will visit, particularly at the end of the year, around Christmas, and provide gifts and support to children and the mothers, and also to pregnant women in this hospital. In the last 2 years, she said, I want to see the transformation of 34. Because she has been able to understand the chronic problems in the health system. This year alone, I think this is our 4th visit. Visited previously and presented gifts. Visited during the COVID-19 response and made donations. Visited again and said, let us identify land. And now, she is here to commission the beginning of a state-of-the-art 100-bed pediatric unit. This vision has been well reconciled with the aspiration of the Ministry of Defense. I know personally I have been requested about 4 times by the Minister of Defense and the Chief of Defense Staff that all support units in the ALSLAT must transform. I want to see 34 hospitals similar or no different to the 37 military hospital in Ghana. It has been quite demanding. We have a very robust minister, and he looked into the human resource plan, infrastructure plan, equipment plan, financing. Every single detail is in his lap. And this is just the minds. But why is a pediatric unit important? You may not know that the Olajuwon Hospital, which is the only referral hospital for children that we have, is overloaded. We have 3 to 5 children per bed. That is the situation we are trying to solve. A 100-bed pediatric unit, compared to the 25-bed we used to have, is going to improve the health status of children in this country. But even beyond that, I think today has marked us also negotiating history in the sense that we have taken up and we are in the direction to move forward to the aspiration of 34 becoming a level 4 hospital. We are working closely with a strong team that the First Lady has put together that includes the Chief of Staff. She has constructed this project in a way that our own engineers, unlike before, where structures are put and you see how you will use it, but we are part of the planning of the design, and it is being supervised by the engineering regimen of the ISLAB. I have to finally just appreciate the First Lady. It is wonderful for us the first time to have the Chief Minister here helping to commission this project. The Minister of Defense, the Minister of Health being represented here. I know the parliamentarian for this area, Honorable Benjamin, is also present. Our staff at 34 have been wonderful, and particularly Mr. Khalil, who has been supporting the office of the First Lady and has been here with us right from the design to achieve this project. I particularly want to thank all of them, and I also want to request all dignitaries present here that this is the way we can develop this hospital. If the First Lady has championed pediatrics, somebody else can look at the theater. Somebody else can look at the surgical work. At the moment, there is road construction going on, which is the tireless effort of the senior management and us at 34 here pushing and pulling. But with these small efforts and through baby steps, I am sure we will move forward. With that, I want to once more welcome you and invite you to this spirit of developing the health system. Thank you very much.
Professor David John Francis, my dear brother, the Honorable MP for Constituency 128, my son Benjamin Toure, Honorable Ministers here present, the Ambassador of Sierra Leone to China, Ambassador Ernesto Minor, the management of King's Production, especially my dearest brother Khalil Hijazi, Miyo Mama, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Auntie Elizabeth, men and women of the great armed forces, Leone. My mother, who flew in this morning, is here. Auntie Shade, you're welcome. My dear sister from the Gambia, Fatu Kamara, is here too. My sisters, my political sisters, the JMB Women's and Associates, and my brothers in our family, we move. Members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Today we're here to celebrate the military, and I want to first of all take this opportunity and thank Mr. Khalil Hijazi, who has been a friend way before I become the First Lady of this country. Khalil has been there, and he listens and he understands the direction I go to. Since 2014, I have been part of the process, and 34 Hospital has been so dear to me. And I remember one day, Honorable Benjamin Toure, that was way before he became the Honorable of this constituency, he asked me to come to 34 Hospital and see the plight of the people in this hospital. And I was curious, and I'm like, Benji, why you want to come to 34? He said, Mommy, I want to be the MP that will change this place. We hospital with people in the sofa. So I came here the very first time, 2015, when we started giving out donations to the hospitals. I came here first time out of curiosity, because you don't expect the military hospital not to be the best. Because everywhere in the world, the military hospital has to be the best. When I came, when I went back, I said to Benji, I said, Benjamin, I can't promise anything, but let's see what happens. He said, because if I'm in the opposition, it will be difficult. Because then, even when I go to hospitals to donate foodstuff to people who need this food, supporting the hospitals, any doctor who allow me in an hospital will lose their job instantly. And I was grateful that that madness was never brought to the military hospital. So I keep coming here because this is like a safe haven. Because you know you want to do something. So I wanted to build my relationship with the military. Whether we win or not, I wanted the military to know that I want to be part of this change that I so desire for this place. And I'm grateful that the military opened their hands to me and welcomed me. And I've never had a complaint about anybody bullying. Well, can you bully a military? You can't. So nobody bullies the military. But I went to Connaught Hospital, people got fired. I went to Oladarian, people got fired. And then you start to wonder, sometimes what we do, we don't tell them we're bringing food. We just come in and then we start giving out the food. So before the nurses and the doctor realize, we'll finish giving what we want to give. If they go to the patient, they won't ask them to give the food back. We're gone. So that was the strategy we used to be able to help our people in this country. And I did all of that with the support of the JMB Women and Associates. And I want to say thank you for believing in the process. I want to say thank you to the leadership of the military. I want to say a personal thank you to the CDS. You know, when you have a leader and you have somebody who leads, leadership is not about titles. Leadership is about delivering. It's what you can give to your people and what you're able to put for your people. What I wanted to do for 34, I've wanted to do it a long time ago. But with the CDS, it was so easy. I don't have to worry about the red tapes. I don't have to worry about how many meetings I need to go and sit in, how many people I have to convince. I didn't need to do all of that. And Sivali here, you know, has been basically the strength to this project. When we want to scream is Sivali, when we want to laugh with Sivali, I believe Sivali have seen all sides of me, the nice one, the scream one, and the happy one. You know, but it's really for us to be able to have this. I want you to know, to be rest assured that my commitment to this hospital is a commitment that I took to not only Leoneans, but to my husband who believe in the military. His regiment is a military regiment. He said, when you go tell them, say men on ground only. Men and women on ground only. So, you know, I understand when Madabio wants something done in the military. I understand when Madabio wants things done. And this is one thing he wanted done so desperately. And he didn't need to tell me. He pushed me to say, look at 34. I don't think he was telling me, look at 34. He was telling me, fix 34. So I want to say to the men on ground and women on ground that you are not only going to have this 100 bed with all the other facilities that you will have. Today we would have launched 2 projects together, but I don't want to confuse matters. I want to do this one, so you have your Christmas gift, and then we will do another, so you have your New Year gift. If you all remember, just last weekend, I did a fundraising a fundraising event at the Presidential Lodge. The fundraising event is not for me to buy clothes and shoes. It's for me to be able to do the work that I wanted to do, helping President Madabio's dream for gender equality, helping him to achieve his flagship, human capital development. So I want to also say to you that by the beginning of the year, as early as next month, we will be launching the Center of Excellence that will build in 34 Hospital. And the Center of Excellence will have everything it takes for us to have a proper safe home. And as Sivali was talking here about the theater, I know Sivali is trying to put me under pressure. But I want you to know that you will have a dedicated theater at the Center of Excellence for the 34 Hospital, and we will see how many other beds or how many other wards we will allocate to the 34 Hospital so that we'll have a smooth running of this hospital for our children, for everybody here, and for the military to be proud of their hospital. I want to assure you, by next month we will commission that. We are in the final stage. We've raised the money, so money is what the problem was. We've raised the money from the dinner, and we are now in the final stage to finish in the small details, and we'll come back to your engineers and then we will start to change things. We will change and change until you're happy, and then we will start. So the only thing that will slow the process now is really the other components that you will want in that center, so that the center will not only be a center for rape victims, but then the hospital can have different facilities there also that they can use to serve the community. I want to say thank you for your continuous support to what we do. I also want to announce to you that through the MAC fund, we've been allocated as a nation 50 slots for us to train doctors for doctors who want to be the ones that treat diabetic patients. So we will be able to train 50 doctors. So at the beginning of the year, I would please ask the military to give me names of doctors that want. His Excellency would have loved to be here, but you know him, he's a very proud man who wanted to give me the space. He said, when you do things that you do, I want you to have the space so that I don't go and overshadow what you're doing. And that's the only reason why he's not here, but he would have loved to be here. And I believe he will be at home, or I know he was launching something else this morning, but I know he'll be watching to see if all the men on ground and the women on ground are really here. Mr. President, they're all come. They are all here. I really want to say thank you. And my love for, well, I cannot hate the military, can I? Because I love Madabio so much, so I have to love the military very, very much. And I want you to continue to count on me and His Excellency. Where you cannot reach His Excellency, I am always available. I am available not as his PA or not as his minister, but I'm available to listen so that I can relay back to him. Not everybody reaches His Excellency, but if you reach me, I will pass on your message. Me, I'm just the messenger. So I will pass on your message. If there's anything that His Excellency needs to see or know, for us to be able to transform this place in whatever way, as the Chief Minister said, if the Chief Minister is my ambassador, then I am your ambassador. So then, which means you have two ambassadors, because when you come to me, I go to the Chief Minister, we both go to His Excellency. So two people will be talking on your behalf. I want to say thank you to the Chief Minister and my team. Whatever I do, I am just the face. Salim, Fekar, and Tony Morgan, Precious, George, Phyllis, and my securities. I have a very small team when it comes to the office of the First Lady. I have only 6 staffs, 6. But every wonderful thing you see we do in this country, these 6 staff are so dedicated. They multiply themselves into, small ants and make it happen. So I want to say, my Chinese army, thank you. Thank you. When I said to my securities, it's this way, they said we move. When I said to my staff, this way, they said we move. When I said to JNB Women and Associates, this way, they said we move. So we are moving, and we want to congratulate His Excellency again for, this is not an award, but just the recognition that Sierra Leone has actually passed the MCC. That is is a big deal for our country. I want to say thank you. Thank you to his leadership, and thank you to all the people who make it possible, because he's just one person. It is a collective work for this nation. It is us coming together and making sure it happens. When they talk about the criteria they look at, and I am so ever proud to be the First Lady of this country, because when one of the things they looked at is gender equality and the way we fight for gender equality in this country, that means somebody is doing something right. Like the Chief Minister said, like me or hate me, I am here. And the things that we need to do, we will do it. Not by our own power, but by the power of Allah. Because when God is with you, believe you me, Satan can't stop you. So we are moving. We are moving with our 100-bed. We are coming back in January to launch our Center of Excellence with the theater that we deserve in this hospital. We are moving. Now that we have King's Production through the leadership of Khalili Jazi to support this cause, we hope that other corporate companies will continue to support this government. Of course, the money that we raised last Saturday is from a whole lot of companies in this country. But it would be nice for the companies to come up and say, I want to do my own single project, which it is one person dedicating, to one project. We've seen Mercury International doing the same thing. Mercury has gone and built schools. Now Kings are doing this hospital. We have so many companies in this country. We're hoping that they will start to look at their corporate responsibility in this country. I will not hang up this, I will not put my phone down without thanking Africell. I have to thank Africell for everything. I have to thank Africell for believing in the process. I have to thank Africell for believing in what the office of the First Lady is doing. Everything I do, as my team move, they move with Africell. When they sit with Africell. So it's like we bring the idea and put it in front of Africell, and Africell run with it. You have to be a great company to understand, because in the office of the First Lady, we are very complicated. Because when we want to deliver, we don't want to deliver cheap stuff. We deliver class and greatness. And Africell has been part of our journey. Mr. Chief Minister, you're talking about the clock tower in Kenema. Digital clock tower in Kenema. That clock tower, I want to tell you today, if you've traveled to Dubai and you've been to Deira, the clock tower in Deira in Dubai is the same replica as what we have in Kenema. But, Mr. Chief Minister, what you don't understand is you have a digital clock tower in Kenema, which is fine. We have not one but 2 clock towers in Kono. Not one, we have 2. And we are going to be launching them soon. They are all finished, ready. And the Kono people can't wait to also celebrate their clock tower. And our clock tower don't have digital clock, but we have 4-face. And the good thing about our clock tower, people, you won't understand this. When we launched the clock tower in Kenema, the elderly people came, they were looking for the clock. In Kono, they don't have to look for the clock. They were asking now, where's the clock? They said that's the clock, it's a digital. They don't understand. They were looking for those old-fashioned clock tower that goes around, boom, boom. That's Kenema. So if you want to see the latest of the most beautiful clock tower, please go to Kono New Year's Day and see it. And you'll be enjoying it. Even though I'll be in Bo at I'll be in Bunt at the island, because as much as I'm from Kono, I am officially the child of a Bunt now. I am a winner fisher woman then. So we don't go fish, we don't go Bunt, the island. We don't get no pollution. You will not enjoy anywhere in Sierra Leone right now than Bunt, because guess what? The greatest president Sierra Leone have seen will be in Bunt. So let us go and celebrate Christmas in Bunt. And then you will now decide if you want to go to Kenema or Kono for New Year. Because me and my brother will have competition. But I also want to say to you, sir, we are looking at doing the clock tower in Moyamba, doing the clock tower in Tonkolili. So we are transforming this country. We are doing clock towers anywhere that they forgot that that was part of Sierra Leone. We want to make every other district be part of Sierra Leone. We are not choosing tribe, we are not choosing district. So from Kenema, we are in Kono. The next place will be in Tonkolili to make sure they also have their clock tower. Because every district deserves to have a clock tower that is as beautiful and handsome like Julius Madabio. So I want to say thank you. Thank you all for this. As I'm officially launching this 100-bed, I want to again take the opportunity to thank Khalil Hijazi, King's Production, for your reserved, undying, and always supporting the process and supporting me, for believing what Fatima says, because you have believed in me way before now. And I'm proud to say I am your sister. And the good thing is, when you help me, people don't understand. I have few friends. So when I come public and say this one is my friend, that means this is somebody who never asked me for favor. They only help me because they want Sierra Leone to be a better place. I don't want friends that will come and say, well, I'll build a hospital, but can you go and get me this contract and that contract? I'm not a contractor, I beg. Don't come to me for contract. If you want us to transform Sierra Leone, I am here for you and I will work with you. If you want contract, go to the contractors. I am not a contractor. The people who support me, they don't ask for anything in return. They just serve this nation because they know it is their social corporate responsibility. So I thank you all so very much for coming this morning. And Arslav, I am here for you and I am staying with you. In Anoges, I say for Tromi. Na me una march on, day in, day out. If I know where una uniform say for no worry. Wa week na Arslav I can see. Wa lock me eye. Na Arslav na day will protect me. And guess what? Wa reach here this morning and know say this is the safest place to be in Sierra Leone right now. We are protected and we move. Thank you very much.